Om श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो शंकर। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम सर्ववेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविंदं परमानंदं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Sukshma Sharira is also called as Linga Sharira, subtle body. This Sukshma Sharira is made up of 5 great elements when they were in Tanmatras in subtle form. Because of this Sukshma Sharira only, all of us, we are able to experience our past karma phalas, the fruits of actions, sukha, dukkha, etc. And this Sukshma Sharira, we can see the role of the subtle body predominantly in dream state, swapna avastha. Whatever seen in, whatever perceived in the waking state, all those things, they will be, if they are like impressions, they will be manifesting in the dream state. This subtle body, when it is associating with we can say this subtle body and gross body and causal body. These conditionings, these are the product of ignorance. Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira. Because of not knowing the self, Atma is identifying with Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Dehas and feeling itself by itself, feeling as though bound and becoming sorrowful. When the consciousness is reflecting in Antahkarana, that is called Jiva, individual being, individual entity. Yesterday, we have seen in detail about this Sukshma Sharira. Few more points are connected to this thought. The Sukshma Sharira is Vasana Sahitam, Savasana. All kinds of impressions will be manifesting through this subtle body only. Idam Shariram Sunu Sukshma Sanhitam Lingam Tvapanchi Kruta Bhuta Sambhavam Savasanam Karma Phalanubhavakam Swajnanato Nadirupadhiratmanaha Swapno Bhavatyasya Vibhavatyavastha Swamatra Sheshena Vibhati Yatra Swapne tu buddhi swayameva jagrat Kalina nana vidhavasanabhihim. Next sloka. Yesterday just we read this sloka. Let us see the word meaning of this sloka. Once we will chant. Kartradibhavam pratipadya rajate Yatra swayam bhati hyayam paratma Dhimatra kopadhirashesha sakshi Nalipyate tat kruta karma leshehi Yasmadasangastatayeva karmabhihi Nalipyate kinchidupadhina krutaihi Karma adi bhavam. Not karma, sorry. Kartradi bhavam. Kartradi bhavam means, karta means doer. Bhava means the expression of doership. So, kartradi bhavam means the idea of I am the doer. Means I am doing, I am perceiving, I am experiencing. Adi word is used, etc. Kartra adi means I am doer, etc. Pratipadya rajate. Rajate means shines, manifesting. Pratipadya means having assumed. This subtle body is assuming as I am so and so person. I am doing this one. Rajate shines. Yatra swayam bhatihi ayam paratma. Yatra where swayam means by its own itself. Bhati shines. He indeed. Hyayam word is there na? He plus ayam. Ayam means this. He means indeed. Paratma. Para Atma. The Supreme Self. In fact, through all these things, whatever is manifesting, whatever is shining is nothing but Atma Swarupa only. It means, in the light of consciousness, all thoughts are shining. Because of that Atma Swarupa only, this subtle body is functioning. It's like in torchlight, how it is working, how it is functioning. In that one, behind that, batteries are there. Because of those batteries, we are able to see the light. How that brightness can be seen in the bulb because of the batteries. So in the same way, our Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, it is functioning. Even in the dream state, we are able to perceive all those kinds of objects because of self only, because of the Supreme Self. In the light of consciousness, this Sukshma Sharira is functioning. Yatra swayam bhatihi ayam paratma dhimatra kopadhi rashesha sakshi. This self is Sakshi. Sakshi means witness. Witness of what? Witness of everything. Witness of all kinds of thoughts. Dhimatra, dhimatra, not kopa. Don't break that word like that. Dhinama, dhimatraka plus upadhi. Not dhimatra, kopa, adi, not like that. Dhi means buddhi. Dhimatra kopadihi ashesha sakshi. Shesha means little bit or remaining. Ashesha means the entire, everything, whole, ashesha. Sakshi means witness to everything. Ashesha sakshi, one word. Witness to everything. Dhimatra kopadihi. Dhi means buddhi, intellect. Here, mind we have to take. With buddhi as its only conditioning, upadhihi means conditioning. Note this word. Upadhihi means conditioning. We will see what is the definition of this upadhi. So this Supreme Self is witness of everything. In fact, indeed, that self is not doing anything at all. But without self, without Atma Swarupa, nothing will function. Very peculiar kind of nature. For everything, self is required. Can we call self only is doing everything? No. Atma is saying, I am not doing anything. If you are not doing anything, then without you also we can function. No. Without me, you cannot function. Because you are depending upon the consciousness. You means here Antahkarana, Sukshma Sharira. So Stula Sukshma Karana Sharira, these bodies are upadhis, conditionings, superimposed their qualities upon the self. We will see in detail. This sloka is a little bit subtle. Ashesha Sakshi. Then Na lipyate. Na means no, not. Lipyate, touched. Na lipyate means untouched. It's not touched at all. Completely detached. Na lipyate. Not tainted. Shuddha Swarupa. Tat kruta karma leshaihi. Tat means by that. By the lesha means little bit. Kruta karma leshaihi means least work done by it. Even little bit work done by the Sukshma Sharira means the organs of action, organs of perception, whatever is going on, whatever is happening, even little bit also is not touched by the self. Asanga Swarupa, Shuddha Swarupa. Na lipyate. Untouched. Yasmat. Because. Why it is not touched at all? Because Asangaha. Nice word. Underline this one. Meditate upon this word. Asangoham. 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 Punah. Punah. Satchidananda Rupoham. Ahamevahamavyayaha. Meditative verse. Asangaha means no sanga bhava. Sanga means attachment. Asangaha means unattached. Even though in the light of consciousness everything is happening, but the consciousness itself is not doing anything at all. In the Antahkarana, whatever is happening in the mind, intellect, sometimes in the mind so many kinds of negative thoughts will be there, sometimes very positive kind of thoughts will be there, love, affection, kindness, etc. Sometimes anger, lust, whatnot. So many negative thoughts also will be there through these organs of perception and action. So many kinds of things are going on. We cannot say everything is divine and perfect. It's not like that. So positive, negative, shubha, vasanas, all those things will be there. But Atma Swarupa is unattached. That's why it is not even touched by when little bit or least of the work done by subtle body. Yasmat, because asangaha, the self is unattached. Tataha eva, by the same reason, tataha eva, because of this reason only. What is the reason? This Atma Swarupa is asangaha. See, connection is there. Earlier one, Atma Swarupa is illuminating everything. It illuminates everything. But this is Sakshi, witness to everything. Being witness, it is next one, na lipyate. It is not touched by anything at all. It is not touched by anything. That's why it is asanga also. We can take in this way also. Asanga, that's why it's not touched by anything. Like that also we can take the meaning. Asangaha tataha eva, by the same reason, karma bihi na lipyate. Because of this reason, because of being unattached, asanga swarupa, karma bihi means by the actions, whatever performed by this stula sukshma shariras, karma bihi, by actions, plural, instrumental case, tritiya vibhakti, na lipyate, is not touched, means untouched. Kinchit, the least, upadhina krutaihi. Krutaihi means whatever done. Upadhina means by the conditionings, by the upadhis. What are the upadhis? Stula, sukshma, karana shariras. If we meditate upon this one, we can enter into the meditative state, can realize the self. So what is the nature of self? Here it is said. If you remember, what is the question asked by the disciple? Ko nama bandha katamesha agataha katam pratistasya katam vimokshaha ko savanatma paramah katma tayor viveka katametadujyatam. Ko savanatma paramah katma. What is the anatma? And paramahka atma, what is the supreme self? So here the nature of anatma has been expounded, and when master guru, he is explaining about anatma vastu, after saying this is anatma, then he is saying whatever is anatma vastu is there, that entire thing is illuminated by the atma vastu only. In the presence of self only everything is functioning, but self itself is not at all connected to the anatma vastu. So now Guru is saying, Master, this is the Atma Swarupa. What is the Atma Swarupa? That which is the substratum of everything. That which is giving light to this Sukshma Sharira and Sthula Sharira. That which is witness to everything. That which is not at all touched by any kind of actions done by the Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and that which is Asanga Swarupa. That which is different from the Upadhis, conditionings. So separating that one. This is Anatma, this is Atma Swarupa. And we should not think this Anatma, Atma, both are there, and Anatma is also existing and Atma also is existing. Oh, no, not like that. Existence is one only. Satya is one. Truth is one. What is the truth? Self is the truth. If self is the truth, then by the law of reminder, Parisheshana Nyayena, that which is remaining, that which is other than self, that will be Mithya. If one thing is true, then another thing will be false only. Someone may ask, why not two truths? No, not like that. Satya is one. Satyam is one. So here Master is saying that Supreme Self is the illuminator of everything, but it is not touched by anything. Now all of you please note down, this is very important point. All the time we go on discussing, we go on listening also about this Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira, and go on using this word also Upadi, Upadi, Upadi. Then what is that Upadi? Conditioning. We are giving one word to that one. Conditioning or layer, that which is covering self, all those words also we are using. But exactly what is the Upadi means? Please note down. Upa Adi. Upa means near, closer. Adi means that which gives, that which transforms, or that which, what you call, changes another thing. We will see what is the definition, then you can understand properly. That which throws, like that, Adi. Upa Adi. Upa, near, close. Being close, being near. Adi, that which transforms. Upasamipe, note down this Nirvachana definition of Upadi. Upasamipe stitva. Upasamipe stitva swiyam rupam. Swiyam rupam anyatra adadati iti upadi. Some places you may come across, instead of anyatra, anyasmin also in another thing. Anyatra word is there, na? There, some places you may see anyasmin also. So what is the definition of upadim? Upasamipe stitva swiyam rupam anyasmin or anyatra adadati iti upadi. Meaning of this, upadi is that which upasamipe, being near, being closer, swiyam rupam. Swiyam rupam means its own form. Swiyam rupam anyasmin or anyatra, in another thing. Adadati. Adadati means that which gives, that which throws, or that which transforms. Here transforms means it's not completely changing also. Anyatra, another place, or anyasmin, in another thing. Adadati, simple word you can take, that which gives. What? Giving its own form. Being closer, being near, giving its own qualities as though giving, okay, to the another thing. That is called upadi. Now we can understand this definition with one example. One Spatika Shivalinga is there. Pure Shuddha Spatika Linga, made up of that crystal. When we place one red flower or blue flower in front of that Shivalinga, what will happen? The color of that flower will reflect in that Spatika Linga. Yes? It means the upadi of that flower, the color of that flower, it is being closer to that Spatika Shivalinga. That flower is throwing its properties properties, qualities into the Shivalinga without changing that one. See, when we are seeing blueness and redness in the Shivalinga, in fact, that Spatika Linga, it's not changed completely. So this Upadhi cannot change the real nature of the object, but it as though appears as changed. This is called Upadhi. This is very important and serious point. To get moksha, we have to understand about this Upadhi, what is Anatma. So this example is clear, no? Spatika Linga is there, Shiva Linga. When we put something color flower, so the color of the flower will be seen in the Spatika Linga, Shiva Linga. In fact, the color is not there in Shiva Linga. Yes. So this flower is like Upadhi, means that property is appeared in the Shiva Linga. That is Upadhi. Now come to the Siddhanta. Siddhanta principle. Our this is Stula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, this is Sharira Trayam, is Upadhis. These are Upadhis, body, mind and intellect. These are equipments, Upadhis, conditionings, these are called. So what is happening? Now you can think, in example we have seen Shivalinga, Spatika Shivalinga. When it comes to the Siddhanta, in the place of Shivalinga itself, Paramatma Swarupa, of course. So, in the place of Shivalinga, Atma Swarupa. Okay. Atma Swarupam is there. Then, this is Stula Sukshma Karan Sharira. These are like that red color, blue color flower. Red, blue, and yellow color. So, you can take 3 colors. Okay. So, these are the conditionings. In fact, there is no color in the Shivalinga, but we are seeing in the same way, in Atma Swarupa, there is no divorce, there is no raga, there is no dvesha, there is no attachment at all. Nothing is there. There is no sukha, there is no dukkha. That is not doing anything at all. Atma Swarupa. But all those things we are seeing in the self, we are in fact superimposing upon the self. Why? Because of these conditionings. How that color of the flower is seen in the Shivalinga, Spatika Linga, in the same way, because of our ignorance, we are superimposing the functions, various kinds of functions and modifications of the conditionings, properties of the conditionings in the self. Now what we have to do? We have to understand. In the example, Shivalinga, Spatika Shivalinga is different from that color of the flower. Just because of the proximity, the exact word now we got it. Upa means that proximity. Because of that nearness, because of that proximity of the object, we are seeing that color in the Spatika. In the same way, because of the proximity of our conditionings, we are thinking as though the Atma is having all these things. I am happy. I am not at all happy. I am so dull. I am very clever. I'm so beautiful. What beautiful? Beauty and all these things, cleverness, beauty or dullness, all these things belongs to whom? I'm very happy. And all these things belongs to whom? Sukha, dukkha belongs to whom? I'm very beautiful and I'm very ugly. All these things belongs to whom? Sita, Ushna, who is experiencing? Mana, Avamana, who is experiencing? So all these things are connected to the upadhis, but not to the self. All these things connected to the upadhi means Sharira, Mano, Buddhi. Sharira, Mano, Buddhis. Body, mind, intellect. This is Stula Sukshma Shariras, Karana Shariras. Is it clear, this thought? Or difficult to understand? We are trying to know, what is Anatma, what is Anatma, what is Atma. So when we come to know this is Anatma, this is Atma, then why all the time we are mixing these two things? Because of ignorance. Now what we have to do to realize our own self, we have to separate them. This is Anatma, this is Atma Swarup. Upadhi understood, na? Upasameepe stitva swiyam rupam anyasmin anyatra adadati. Iti to understand this one more that when one person is there, another person, his friend, daily he is coming to him. Both of them, they were playing together, they were eating together, they were going to school together, two friends, and they all the times spending time together and sharing everything and growing. It's from childhood onwards friends, and both of them now entered into the college life also, so sharing so many things. And after a few years, both of them it's joined in the same company also. See, its life is going on like this. Then what will happen? Whatever will be the qualities and what you call behavior, mannerism, etc., those things will be seen in another person also because of that closeness. Everyone will be having their own kind of things, but when they will be close, then the qualities may be bad or good, those things will be seen in another person. And sometimes we'll be asking, Ray, where did you learn all these things? Why you are speaking like this? This is not, and we say also sometimes, this is not your nature. I know this. This is not your nature. From where did you get it? Why you are speaking like this? Why you are behaving like this? Because of upadhism, some other influences. So what happened? Because of ignorance, because of maya, because of avidya, our self, Atma Swarupa, it's pure, asanga Swarupa, Shuddha Swarupa. But what happened? These upadhis, because of the proximity of them, we are now became one with the upadhis, and even in dream also, we don't think we are different from the upadhis. How many times go on saying you are not Jiva, you are Brahman, you are not Deha, you are Brahman, you are Atma Swarupa. Okay, I am Atma Swarupa, I am Atma Swarupa. And when it comes to again the actual life, again I am so and so person doing this one, that one. It's like that. Sukha Dukkha experience. This is our story. Next sloka. यस्मादसङ्गः तत एव कर्मभिः न लिप्यते किञ्चिदुपाधिना कृतः. Even little bit, least of done by these all kinds of conditionings, not at all touched to the Atma Swarupa, because upadhi is different, the substratum is different. Sloka number 100. Wow, we are reaching 100 sloka. Let us chant. Please repeat after me. सर्वव्यापृतिकरणं लिङ्गमिदम् सर्वव्यापृतिकरणं लिङ्गमिदम् स्यात्. Here we have to break the word. Syat plus Chidananda. Syachidatmanah pumsaha. Syachidatmanah pumsaha. Vasyadikamiva. वास्यादिकमिव तक्ष्णतेनैवात्मा तक्ष्णतेनैवात्मा भवत्यसङ्गोऽयम्. This is in different meter. It is like we can read as like prose. So exactly we cannot break like earlier verses, and we cannot chant. Sarva vyaprutikaranam lingamidam syachidatmanah pumsaham vasyadikamiva taksnatenaivatma bhavatya sangoyam. Sarva vyapruti karanam. Sarva means all. Vyapruti karanam. Karana means instrument. Vyapruti means activities. Sarva vyapruti karanam, instrument for all activities. Lingam, idam lingam. This is subtle body is the instrument of all kinds of activities. Idam lingam. Syat means is or becomes. Chidatmanaha pumsaha. Chidatmanaha pumsaha means of the Atma, means that which is absolute existence, that which is absolute consciousness. Chit means consciousness. Chit Atma, the self, that which is absolute consciousness. So this subtle body is the instrument of all kinds of actions. And Vasyadikam Iva. See, for Atma Swarupa, this is like instrument. We are self, we are Atma Swarupa. For us, all these conditionings are like instruments, tools like that. So one beautiful example has been given by Pujya Shankaracharya ji. Vasyadikam Iva. Vasyadikam means the tools used by the carpenter for doing that wooden work, what you call chisel, etc. Vasyadikam. Takshnaha means carpenter. Takshnaha tena eva. Takshnaha means of the carpenter. How the carpenter will be using the instruments of the carpenter, chisel, etc. Tena eva, for that reason only. Atma, the self, bhavati, becomes, or Atma, self, bhavati is asangaha, unattached. Ayam, this. Bhavati asangaha ayam, Atma. See, when carpenter is using his tools are different from him. Instruments are different from him. In the same way, self, it's using all these conditionings, upadhis, sukshma sharira, etc. So self is different, these upadhis are different. This thought is very clear. How the person will be using instruments to work, in the same way we are using these conditionings. But because of ignorance, what is happening? We are thinking these instruments, tools are self. It is like that person, one doctor, for example, doctor is there and he is using that stethoscope and so many other instruments. So the person, if he is thinking I am that object, how it will be? It's hasyaspada only. So in the same way, when we think so these conditionings are our own self, we are that, then that is, it's like a hilarious kind of thing. So we have to understand self is asanga swarupa. Again and again focus on this word, asanga, unattached, untouched, na lipyate at all. Na lipyate, not at all touched by any action of the conditionings. Instruments are different from the person, one who is using them. In the same way, all these upadhis are different from the Atma Swarupa. So meditate upon this thought, do inquiry more, do vicharana of this thought. Sarva vyapruti karanam lingamidam sya chidatmanaha pumsaha. So all these sarva vyapruti karanam means instrument for all activities. This linga sarira is like tool for the self. By this sloka, we have completed successfully 100. It's like what in cricket, no? In cricket, it's like a century. So 581 slokas are there in Vivek Chudamani. By God's and Guru Parampara's blessings, we could complete 100 slokas. See, when the person in sports, how he will be feeling, yeah, century, century on century. So for us, this is like that, century. So we did century, feeling so happy. We will continue from next sloka onwards after few days. Okay, we'll take a little bit pause. We have another Ravachan's program, so I will inform you. Om loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutangamaya. Om purnamadah purnamidam purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. హరి. ఈరోజు మనం చెప్పుకున్నటువంటి వాటిలో సూక్ష్మ శరీరం అన్నటువంటిది పంచమహాభూతాలు పంచీకరణ జరగక ముందు ఉన్నటువంటి స్థితి నుండి ఏర్పడినటువంటివి. ఈ సూక్ష్మ శరీరంలో ఉండేటువంటి కంపోనెంట్స్ వాటి గురించి చెప్పుకుని ఉన్నాము. పంచ జ్ఞానేంద్రియాలు, కర్మేంద్రియాలు, అంతఃకరణము, పంచప్రాణాలు, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఈ సూక్ష్మ శరీరము ద్వారానే మనము పూర్వ జన్మల్లో చేసినటువంటి కర్మ ఫలితాలన్నీ కూడా అనుభవించడము జరుగుతుంది. 99వ శ్లోకము నేను చదివున్నాను. ఇందులో వచ్చేసి కర్తాది భావం, కర్త మీన్స్ నేను చేస్తున్నాను అన్నటువంటి భావం అన్నమాట. ప్రతిపద్యతే రాజతే, నేను చేస్తున్నాను అన్నటువంటి కర్తృత్వ భావము మొదలైనటువంటివన్నీ కూడా ఈ సూక్ష్మ శరీరం ద్వారా వ్యక్తమవుతున్నాయి. అయితే ఏంటంటే మన మనస్సులో, బుద్ధిలో ఈ ఆలోచనలన్నీ కూడా ఆత్మస్వరూపము వల్లే ఇవన్నీ కూడా వెలిగింపబడుతూ ఉన్నాయన్నమాట. స్వయం బాధిహి అయం పరాత్మ, ఆత్మస్వరూపము ద్వారా ఇవన్నీ కూడా పనిచేస్తున్నాయి. కానీ ఆ ఆత్మస్వరూపం అన్నటువంటిది వీటి వల్ల ప్రభావితము కాదు అని చెప్తున్నారు. నా లిప్యతే తత్కృత కర్మ లేశై, ఈవెన్ కొంచెం కూడా మన బుద్ధి చిత్త అహంకారంలో ఉండేటువంటి వాటిల్లో కానీ మనం చేసేటువంటి పనుల వల్ల కానీ ఆత్మస్వరూపం యందు కొంచెం కూడా మార్పు అన్నటువంటిది కలగదు. అంతేకాకుండా దేని చేత కూడా అంటబడేటువంటిది కాదు. నా లిప్యతే అని చెప్తున్నారు. ఇది అన్నింటికీ కూడా సాక్షి స్వరూపంగా ఉండేటువంటిది. సాక్షి అంటే కేవలం చూసేటువంటిదే, కానీ ఏ విధమైనటువంటి ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ అన్నటువంటిది ఉండదు. యస్మాత్ అసంగః తతయేవ కర్మభిః న లిప్యతే, ఆత్మస్వరూపము అసంగ స్వరూపం కాబట్టి దేని చేత కూడా తగులుకోబడేటువంటిది కాదు. అంతేకాకుండా చేసేటువంటి ఏ కర్మల యొక్క ఫలితము కూడా ఆత్మస్వరూపానికి అంటుకోదు అని చెప్తున్నారు. నా లిప్యతే కించిత్ ఉపాధిన కృతై, ఉపాధుల చేత చెయ్యబడేటువంటిది ఏది కూడా ఆత్మని తగలదు అని చెప్తున్నారు. మనం ఉదాహరణలో చూసినట్లయితే ఏదైనా ఒక వస్తువు ఉన్నప్పుడు ఆ వస్తువు యొక్క ప్రభావము దాని సమీపంలో ఉన్నటువంటి కొన్నింటి మీద ఉంటుంది, కొన్నింటి మీద ఉండదు. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఆత్మస్వరూపానికి ఈ ఉపాధులన్నీ సమీపంగా ఉండటం వల్ల అంతఃకరణం అన్నటువంటిది, ఆ అంతఃకరణంలో జరిగేటువంటి పనులు, మార్పులు అన్నీ కూడా ఆత్మయందే ఉన్నాయి అని అనుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇందాక చెప్పుకొని ఉన్నాము ఈ ఉపాధి అంటే ఏంటి, ఇది చాలా ముఖ్యమైన అంశము. ఉపాధి అంటే ఉపసమీపే స్థిత్వా స్వీయం రూపం అన్యత్ర ఆదదాతి ఇది ఉపాధి. దగ్గరగా ఉంటూ తన యొక్క లక్షణాలని, తన యొక్క రూపాన్ని, గుణాలని మరొక దానిలో చొప్పింపజేసేటువంటి దాన్ని, మరొక దాని యందు ఆరోపింపజేసేటువంటి దాన్ని ఉపాధి అని అంటారు. శుద్ధమైనటువంటి స్ఫటిక లింగం, శివలింగం ఎదురుగా మనం పుష్పాలు పెట్టినప్పుడు ఆ పువ్వులు ఎరుపు లేదా వేరే రంగులో ఏవైనా ఉన్నట్లయితే ఆ వర్ణం అన్నటువంటిది ఆ స్ఫటిక లింగంలో మనకి కనిపిస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మన అంతఃకరణము, మన బుద్ధి చిత్త అహంకారాలతో, మన శరీర మనోబుద్ధులతో చేసేటువంటివన్నీ కూడా, వీటి యొక్క కర్మలన్నీ, వ్యాపకాలన్నీ కూడా ఆత్మతత్వము యందు కేవలము ఆరోపించబడుతూ ఉన్నాయి, కానీ ఆత్మస్వరూపము ఏది కూడా చేయటం లేదు అని చెప్తున్నారు. కర్తృత్వ భోక్తృత్వ భావం అన్నటువంటిది ఆత్మస్వరూపం యందు లేదు అంటున్నారు. తర్వాత మనం 99 శ్లోకాలు పూర్తి చేసుకున్నాం. 100 శ్లోకం. ఇందులో చాలా అద్భుతమైన విషయము ఒక మంచి ఉదాహరణతో చెప్తున్నారు. సర్వ వ్యాపృతికరణం లింగం ఇదం స్యాద్ చిదాత్మనః పుంసః. మన లింగ శరీరం ద్వారా, అంటే సూక్ష్మ శరీరము ద్వారా జరిగేటువంటి పనులన్నీ కూడా, వీటన్నింటికి ఇది ఒక పరికరం లాంటి, ఆత్మస్వరూపమునకి ఈ అంతఃకరణం అన్నటువంటిది ఒక పరికరం లాగా పనిచేసేటువంటిది. ఉదాహరణకు వచ్చేసి, ఏ విధంగా అయితే ఈ చెక్క పనులు చేస్తూ ఉండేటువంటి వాళ్ళు వాటికి పనికి చేయడం కోసము వస్తువుల్ని ఉపయోగిస్తూ ఉంటారు, అదే విధంగా ఆత్మకి ఈ ఉపాధులన్నీ కూడా పరికరాలతో, ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ తో సమానం అన్నమాట. పని చేసేటువంటి వ్యక్తి ఉపయోగించేటువంటి పరికరాలు తను ఎప్పుడు ఒకటి కాదు. కార్పెంటర్ వేరు, కార్పెంటర్ ఉపయోగించేటువంటి వస్తువులు వేరు. అదే విధంగా ఆత్మస్వరూపము వేరు. ఆత్మస్వరూపము ద్వారా వెలిగింపబడేటువంటి ఈ అంతఃకరణము, ఇవన్నీ కూడా సూక్ష్మ శరీరము, ఇవన్నీ కూడా వేరు అని చెప్తున్నారు. అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సినటువంటి ముఖ్యమైన అంశం ఈ శ్లోకాల్లో చెప్పినటువంటిది, ఏది అనాత్మ స్వరూపము, ఏది ఆత్మ స్వరూపము. అనాత్మ స్వరూపము ఉపాధులతో కూడి ఉన్నటువంటిది, ఎప్పటికైనా నశించేటువంటిది. ఆత్మ స్వరూపము యొక్క వెలుతురు మాత్రమే మనము ఈ అనాత్మ ద్వారా చూడము జరుగుతుంది. ఆత్మ స్వరూపము, చిత్ స్వరూపము లేకపోయినట్లయితే మన శరీర మనోబుద్ధులు పనిచేసే అవకాశమే లేదు. మనము ఏ పని చేసినా దాని వెనకాల ఉండేటువంటి శక్తి ఆత్మ శక్తిగా గుర్తించాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఒక వ్యక్తి ఎంతో చెడ్డవారై ఉండొచ్చు, ఇంకొకరు ఎంతో మంచి వారై ఉండొచ్చు. ఒకరిలో మంచి గుణాలు, ఒకరిలో చెడ్డ గుణాలు, ఒకరిలో ఏవైనా వ్యక్తం అవుతూ ఉంటే వాటన్నింటినీ మనం చూస్తూ మనం ఏమనుకుంటామంటే, మంచి గుణాలు ఉంటే మంచి వ్యక్తి, చెడ్డగా ఉన్నట్లయితే చెడ్డ వ్యక్తి, ఇలా అనుకుంటాం. కానీ మంచైనా, చెడైనా, సుఖమైన, దుఃఖమైన, మనలో ఉండేటువంటి ఏ విధమైనటువంటి గుణదోషాలైనా ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఆత్మస్వరూపము యందు లేవు. ఆత్మస్వరూపము శుద్ధ స్వరూపము, అసంగ స్వరూపము. ఆకాశం ఏ విధంగా అయితే దేనికి అంటుకోకుండా అలిప్తంగా ఉంటుందో, అదే విధంగా ఆత్మస్వరూపము కూడా దేనికి అంటుకోకుండా అసంగ స్వరూపంగా ఉంటుంది. మనం ధ్యానించేటప్పుడు నేను అసంగ స్వరూపాన్ని, ఏ ఆలోచన కలుగుతున్నా, ఏ పని చేస్తున్నా అవన్నీ కూడా ఉపాధుల స్థాయిలో జరుగుతున్నాయి, కానీ నా యందు ఏమీ లేవు అన్నటువంటి భావాన్ని కలిగి ఉండాలన్నమాట. 100 శ్లోకాలు పూర్తి చేసుకున్నాము. భగవంతుని సద్గురువుల ఆశీర్వాదంతో మిగతా శ్లోకాలు తర్వాత చెప్పుకున్నాం. ఓం లోకా సమస్తా సుఖినో భవంతు. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. హరి ఓం. శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం.